Del Stone with Woe. So a month ago, I came here before the same council. I stood at the same podium, and I talked at the same microphone, actually, and gave a speech in the same tone I'm giving now. A month ago was the meeting when Mayor Vaughn decided to ban my comrade, Luis Medina, for hitting the microphone at the conclusion of his speech. That same microphone, by the way, which worked immediately after for my speech that night, for every other speaker that night, and up until this moment when I'm speaking to y'all through it now. I'm not exactly sure how that qualifies to fit the category of disruptive, which is the specific word used in the language of the mayor's ban policy, which she instituted after my comrade Lewis shouted at a right-winger in June of this year. Not quite sure how the mayor justifies that descriptor beyond anything besides her arbitrary decision-making power, because she can decide to ban anyone for anything. And we are all very clearly aware of that, from us the communists, even to the cops. We know this is Nancy Vaughn's court, and she presides as she pleases, which leads me to wonder how far is too far to get disruptive. Is it disruptive if I tap the microphone? Is it disruptive if I give it a light press? Is it disruptive if I push it further? See, the thing is, I think what made it feel disruptive is that the mayor saw herself in that microphone. The mayor saw herself in that moment of my comrade expressing justified anger. She saw in that flash of a moment that she is the deserving target of the anger that so many of us hold. We, my comrades, and everyone in this community who is working class, who's houseless, who's aware of the reality of these capitalist conditions, hold a lot of anger. It's anger that politicians like the mayor have been forcibly brewing for the years and years that we have been subject to the immiseration that are a result of their policies, and the policies of their superiors and their superiors above them, and every businessman and every landlord and every cop that upholds this capitalist political economic system, who abide people's impoverishment for their own enrichment and their own empowerment and their own luxury, though the masses of people are suffering up to the point of starvation and literally death. Because they abide that suffering, and every second that they are supposedly working on behalf of the people, they allow it to continue without meaningfully inhabiting any sense of rage about it or any sense of empathy with their constituents who are suffering. And that's why they are our enemy. And that is why getting banned from coming here to speak in front of these parasites isn't our primary concern. We come here to speak on behalf of the people who are exhausted, in pain, enraged, and we can keep doing that whether or not the mayor allows us in this particular chamber. And we will keep doing it.
So Mayor, can I say something? Am I allowed to say something? You know, I'm one who believes in free speech, and I've advocated for people to have the right to say what they want to say. But to slap a microphone who's done nothing to you, and I sit on this end, who knew where that microphone would have wound up, and I'm sitting right here, is a concern for me. And I'm sorry that you feel like it's just a little microphone, but I think that it could have led to something which probably you didn't mean or wouldn't have meant, because I understand your frustration. I'm frustrated too. There's a lot of things we're frustrated about, and certainly vocalizing it, I respect that, but I think the action that occurred after the fact was a little concerning. And I sit on the end here, and I don't know where that microphone could have landed. I don't know, and maybe nowhere, because it didn't. But at the same time, it is a concern for me as someone sitting here. So I'm sorry that you feel it wasn't a bannable offense, but I think maybe the mayor made that discretion, and I have to say that I do agree with that in that particular instance. Beg your pardon? Well, okay. I'm not going to go back and forth with you here. You had your say. I'm having my say, and I respect your right. You need to respect my right. Thank you.